Hey there. Today we're talking about how to create inspired action and the difference between have to and get to. My name is Meredith Vesh. I'm an intuitive leadership coach, and in today's session of Inspired Actions in the She Boss Café, which I highly recommend you join us there to talk about how to create action for your week that kind of is going to move the needle in your business or your personal life. We always talk about the energy with which we bring to a certain choice or decision or activity. And what I find for a lot of my high achievers is that we get into a pattern of doing things because we're supposed to, out of obligation, duty, expectation, follow through. These are all really good. These are good habits, right? We're successful for a reason, and these are likely the habits that helped us there. But at some point, doing things just because you said you're going to isn't really the right reason. So let me give you an example. For example, when those of us in online marketing, we often set dates for our master classes or courses, and we do a lot of promotion, and we hope to invite a lot of people. So for some of us, as we're getting kind of greasing that wheel and we're getting used to putting that offer out there, a lot of times we can get really discouraged because we're, quote, not seeing the results, right? We're looking for the signups, the registrations. We're looking for people to jump in on the offer. And that makes sense because we're in business and we want to see results. But there's this delicate balance between holding the expectation of results and working toward results and actually holding the decision around the thing that we decided to do despite seeing results, right? So stay with me. When we are only using our external results as validation of our idea, we are going to be on a up and down, high and low, I call it the funk. You're like, it's a great offer. And then like, oh, but nobody's signing up. And we can let it derail us. And the way it derails us is it's really rather clever because we don't know that we're potentially sabotaging ourselves. What we do is we get right up to that nth hour and then we kill it, right? We pull back, we draw back. Oh, people didn't sign up. It must be something about my offer. Now it could be, and it's worth looking at, the messaging, the timing, the offer. It's worth doing that analysis, but also it's very worth looking at your energy about it. How was I holding this? Was this a do or die? Was I making it a big deal? Did I make it mean something more than just one-time learning about what was working in the market, right? I think we tend to really deeply personalize when we put something out and it wasn't received as a failure. And that feeling, even though we can usually rationalize and say, oh, it wasn't a failure and at least I did, and we're really good about, maybe bypassing the actual pain of the disappointment, what we can actually find is if we dig into what was the real initial inspiration for the thing, let's say it was aligned, that you really inspired to do the thing because it just felt like, oh, well, this feels so juicy and it's my mission and I love to serve people, etc. So is the impulse and the impetus to do the thing, is it truly authentic? And if it was, then you need to just keep showing up. And for example, it's in the terms of a masterclass, if you don't get people to join, which, frankly, it's harder and harder to get people to make time in their calendar, can you use that time as still a decision and a dedication for yourself to still explore the themes you were going to explore? Perhaps you do a live, or maybe you do a recording, or maybe you turn it into a blog post, or maybe you use the time to reach out to people in your network to ask them how they're doing and weigh in on this topic. Hey, what would you say about this topic? Does this seem like something you're interested in? Do some market research. There's always a way to make that time a gift and generative for what it is you're building in the world. And so I want to suggest and encourage you to not kill your ideas just because quote unquote people aren't coming or yet. I mean, often we bail before there's even like a deadline, a cutoff. So stay the course, show up. And then can you make it mean something around practicing or getting comfortable with, the messy middle, the in-betweens, maybe this is the iteration I needed before the thing is ready for prime time. Or maybe this is just, I needed this time to really deepen something I needed to know about this topic. So returning to the energy around things, returning to how we interpret it, how we take it personally or don't take it personally. Can we be neutral about it? Can we even be thankful for what it's teaching us? And can we continue to show up and continue to put ourselves out there, even if it means, even if it means we're not sure what exactly we're doing, but we know that the initial thrust, we're being pulled to do the thing, to show up. So that's my observation for you today. I thought I'd share. I know we all go through these times of making offers, and people are ready or not ready in the time we do them. And I think as entrepreneurs, consistency is really important. I think showing up is really important. And I think the way we hold our thoughts and beliefs about what it is we're doing, and if we can remind ourselves that we get to do this, right? There's no have to here's, like, we get to show up, we get to shine out, we get to explore deeper into our own program and offering and our own reason for being here. And it gets to be what it looks like. And we get to release all that kind of expectation and just keep listening, keep tuning in, because when we're not judging ourselves, we're actually open to a ton of inspiration. And that's the secret sauce behind inspired action, is how can we resource ourselves so that we are really tuning in and listening to the opportunities available to us, and how can we take that listening and focus it into one small action that will lead to bigger and bigger success in our personal and professional lives. So there you go. Hope you found some support in what I had to say today, and do join us in the She Boss Café for our Monday Inspired Action meetings. I would love to see you there.